Are you a Missouri patient looking for other options besides your local dispensary? Have you considered finding a caregiver but found the process to be confusing and hard to navigate? We understand, and that's why we created Farmers Market, Missouri's freelance marketplace for licensed caregivers to conveniently offer their services to Missouri patients. Sign up today at farmersmarket.com.
About what? Hey, it's already time for the takeaway.
Okay, the music sound needs to go up. How's it going, everybody?
Oh,
all
right. Got me some Cocoa Labs Diamond and Sauce. I don't know which Diamond and Sauce it is because I lost the label, but Cocoa Labs Diamond.
Mm-hmm. I've got some proper cannabis, some caviar.
And I say it every show, I love what Coco's doing.
Didn't get out all the water.
Uh-oh. I hear it crackling.
Yep.
Woo. Yabba dabba doo, what are you guys medicating with out there?
Oh, man. Good stuff.
See if I can find my lid. I got some Critical Purple Kush.
Oh, yeah?
Critical Purple Kush.
Oh, man.
I've been playing with a little variety there, you know. The got a little blueberry in it.
Oh, yeah?
Got a little sour diesel, stuff like that. So a few other things here and there thrown in. I picked up a pack of DJ Shorts blueberry last year. So
okay.
Anyway, you never know what's coming up with that.
No.
It's looking real good, so We'll see
Hell,
what
most
happens.
of us don't even know what's coming up with that.
I got the DJ Short Blueberry and the Flow F5 pack.
Oh, really?
All in one, you know,
Nice.
so. I didn't get the signed pack, but if I got the signed one, I would have put away, which, you know, might have been worth a little bit someday. So, but yeah. Woo, man.
Good stuff.
All right. Yep, I'm good and medicated. I'll get better medicated in a little while. So, but yeah, man, what a great day.
Yes, it has been.
It's been awesome around here. A lot of things going on, man. Making a lot of progress. Oh boy. So what's up with you, Zachary?
I was just trying to catch back up.
We know
all
where
the
Zach's
progress.
Yeah, well, we're missing Dave tonight, so Zach's kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here,
Dave's
man.
not here, man. He's gone. So,
We say that a lot.
yep.
It's like our favorite joke.
Glad we stayed home for New Year's Eve is all I'm saying. A lot of people out there testing positive for the vid, and I chose to stay home, which
Yep.
I do every year. So
Ooh. Some
What?
fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats.
nice,
Ooh. Jolly Green made them.
nice, nice.
Sounds
So
really
cool.
good.
So yeah, got a lot of cool stuff going on tonight. But right now, after the dab in, we're just going to go to a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the show.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. Now open in Kearney and Blue Springs. Coming soon to Lake Lotawana and Excelsior Springs. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
Welcome back.
All right, all right, all right. Oh, come on, man. You can torch it up, torch it up.
There we go.
You need your grenade?
No, I got
All
it.
right.
Oh
Finally.
my God, dude.
Had to
Is
do
it
a
still-
second
No, no, it's pretty normal now.
Oh, it's not big-
we
it's not a
just-
flamethrower
I don't know why it was
Because you had it over full.
breathing like a dragon. Well,
I know it was badass, so I got a cool picture.
yeah, that was awesome.
So,
Oh, that was a good picture.
oh, all right, man. So, yeah, so we're back to normal.
Yeah, what's up, Brian?
It's the first show of 2022. We're gonna start off with our top fan giveaway. We got that great piece, that great dab rig there, the E-rig from Nasty Glass and Grow.
Yeah, play video number 2 under the top fan for us, Gabe.
Oh, you got something going?
Yeah, hit number 2. Get the eye. There you go. There's the dab rig up close.
Okay, so yeah, that's in the giveaway. We got,
Yeah.
a rolling tray, a grinder. We got that cool little stash bucket right here. That's the
Yeah.
case for the dab rig. We got a top shelf beanie, some cones up there, some stickers, and all that cool shit. Really good, cool little giveaway, man. So that's going to be our top fan giveaway for tonight at the end.
Right.
That'll be our extra Wheel of Dank, and of course our regular giveaways. If you guys are tagging people right now,
Make sure you're tagging.
yeah, if you guys are tagging people right now, you can, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So, yeah, get you on the Wheel of Dank. We got our Top Shelf Trivia, what's changed? So, and we're going to try to come up with something a little different than what's changed, because
There's only so much on this.
so much stuff we do.
And they always just get it, even when
Right.
we think it's going to be
Tonight,
too
I don't know.
difficult.
Tonight, I think we got a good one tonight.
Well, all right.
I don't even know what we got.
I wasn't going to say that,
I mean,
but
you know, one of these days it's going to be what's changed with us inside.
Ah,
I mean,
yes.
like personality, you know, inside.
look
you know.
within,
What's
not
changed?
without.
What's changed?
Never
without-
know. It might be so
without
big of
what?
a change you don't notice it.
But here comes this whole new year, new me bullshit, right?
Right.
Everybody wants to be new me.
Yeah.
Just in time.
A new year. So we all make our New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
Have you made a New Year's resolution?
Not really.
Have you made a New Year's resolution, Stuart?
Hell to the no. I'm way too busy and thinking about other
Yeah.
things. I can't New Year's resolute.
I mean, how can you?
It's not. It doesn't have to be a new year. I'm just constantly working on myself and trying to better
Yeah.
myself. It doesn't matter. It's a new year. It's something I'm
Time
doing.
is an
anyways.
illusion
Minute,
anyway.
minute
Right.
by minute, I'm like roller coastering and getting better, worse, better. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Rubber band back and forth. The key is to take, you know, only take 2 steps back if you take 3 steps forward. Don't take any more than 2 steps back. It's okay to take a step or 2 back,
I like that.
long
but
as- yeah.
as long as you've taken 3 steps forward, you're always making forward progress and momentum. So,
Absolutely.
There you go.
You know, anyway, that's it. That's you know, now I'm your life coach.
Just like
I'll
that.
give you my Venmo. and
Yeah,
you can
send
pay
the
me
money
later.
soon.
So yeah, but anyway, cool. So been a great year. I haven't made a New Year's resolution in years. I don't care about them because you know I just do the best I can all the time. How do you make a New Year's resolution? I think they're kind of silly.
Yeah.
But a lot of people really take them seriously. You know.
You know what?
I didn't.
Gyms make a lot of money on New Year's resolutions.
They do. You
A
know,
lot of money.
A lot of things make a lot of money on New Year's resolutions.
Walking into the gym today, some guy can't figure out how to beep his card, and then the barcode's going long ways. He's holding it width ways, and I walk up. I'm like, "Oh, you just got to turn it like this." He's like, "Well, this is my 3rd day here," and I was like, "Oh yeah, New
Oh, yeah,
Year's."
January.
I was like, "Shit."
Oh,
Gyms
man.
are always so packed right now.
Right.
You know,
It's ridiculous.
The thing is man, okay, so my whole focus this next year is going to be like health and wellness. Okay, health and wellness and how cannabis is integrated into that. You know, and I'm going to concentrate on male health and wellness specifically because I'm 52, going on 53.
Right.
Okay. Over the years we put so much focus on the female changes that I think the male hormonal shifts go unnoticed or not unnoticed. So we're going through a midlife crisis.
Right. I've heard
Okay,
that quite a
but
bit.
you know, basically what it is our hormones are changing. So what I'm going to be looking at in my personal life is changing my diet to
Right.
boost and to boost and just to naturally support my natural male hormones, testosterone,
Right.
you know, all
Just
that
like
stuff,
you would-
and ridding my body of free estrogens because I don't want estrogens
Right.
in my body because estrogens cause, you know, wreak men all kinds of havoc when you have an estrogen buildup, okay? And a lot of the foods we eat, you know, yada, yada, yada. And so
Right.
that's what I'm going to be working on this year.
Well, and isn't it? It's kind of like plants, isn't it? Different stages of a plant's life, it needs different foods, different stuff in
Yeah.
the soil. Same with humans. In different parts of your life, you need different. You need to treat yourself a little differently.
You know, maybe. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you treated yourself right from the beginning
Right. You'd stay all right.
and you
still.
stayed on that path, then
Right.
you really would. You just need to treat yourself right. The fact of the matter is most of us fuck our bodies up when we're young. Oh, I'm sorry, screw our bodies up when we're young. Wouldn't want
Right.
to offend any of you sponsors. So screw our bodies up when we're young, and we have to end up fixing them when we get older. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I mean,
Right.
I've had my knees hyperextended.
Oh, yeah.
I've had shoulders pulled out of socket. I've had ribs broke. I've had nose broke. I've had ankles broke. I've had all kinds of injuries.
Yep.
I haven't, thank God, I haven't had a broken back.
All right.
Never have had to deal with that, okay? So, you know, there's a lot of scar tissue,
Yep.
and there are a lot of specific exercises that you can do to break that scar tissue up. And that's the kind of stuff I want to be concentrating on this year, health and wellness. And I'm going to be using cannabis on that journey because there's a lot of things about cannabis that, that health and wellness, it really fits into that. Like, the THCV.
Right.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Nice. It's giveaway
All right,
time. So we have a trivia question.
Right now?
Yeah, we have trivia. All right, here it
Thanks
is.
for interrupting me, Gabe.
What is the
Yeah,
name
way to go.
of Bubbles' alter ego?
Oh, Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah. Let's see who can get this. What is
It's gonna
the
be a
name
fast
of
one.
Bubbles' alter ego?
Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't know who Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys is,
You need to watch it.
you should be watching Trailer Park Boys. It is the stupidest thing you have ever seen in your life.
I found out it's what was it? It's a mockumentary.
Yes, it's a mockumentary.
I didn't
It's
know that.
hilarious.
Oh man.
Who's got it?
We got
Somebody's
anybody got
got
it
it?
yet? No, not
No?
yet.
Okay,
Ah,
green
I was gonna
bastard.
say.
Everybody's saying green bastard.
it's not Green Bastard.
Everybody's saying
A lot of
green
people
bastard.
are thinking it. That's the go-to. Man, Donald, you better quit having heart attacks, man.
Everybody's saying green bastard. Conky, green bastard, green bastard.
No,
green
Conky
bastard.
was the puppet. Conky was his puppet.
Boomer.
No.
Anyway, so y'all keep trying to guess. Zach has it written down.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that came up with it. Don't be pissed off at me when it's all screwy, because I didn't do it. I didn't do it at all. I'm just here. I'm not even the host. I'm the co-host.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
What?
Ben Pitzer got
Scorpion Ben, yeah.
Ben Pitzer.
That's right.
Scorpion. Scorpion's Bubbles' alter ego.
Yep. I mean, who could imagine that? Bubbles
Oh,
as
man.
Scorpion. So,
Did you ever hear his song? Who's Got Your Belly?
yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know my favorite thing Bubbles ever has done is the Kittyland Love Center.
Oh, yeah?
When he did that, when he opened the Kittyland Love Center and provided that restoration home for all those orphan kitties out there.
Right.
Man, that was just something else. So Bubbles rocks.
Yes.
And he loves Rush, and I love Rush because Geddy Lee is awesome, and Neil Peart is a prophet. I mean, that dude, he has some insight. He wrote all their music. So
Oh, really?
Anyway, yeah. So Bubbles is cool with me, and he's the smartest one of the bunch.
Is he?
I mean, when Julian needs to talk to someone,
he goes to Bubbles.
he goes to Bubbles, man. You
And
know.
man, he does know how to fix a shopping cart, too.
He does, dude, and he knows all about shopping carts. The other day, actually, we were watching the Trailer Park Boys, and we went to the store, and I pulled a cart out, and I started rolling the cart, and I felt the thunk, 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 thunk. I'm like, you know what?
You got to take it to Bubbles?
Bubbles told me that this cart has bad bearings in that wheel, and that's why it's like this. And I know that because of Bubbles on Trailer Park Boys. He would not accept this cart, so I'm not going to accept this cart. And I put it away, and I grabbed me another cart. So
See, the difference is, though, Bubbles would have taken it home and fixed it and sold it back to him.
right, but I just wanted to shop.
Just needed a few things,
Yeah.
know?
But I do remember when Bubbles, when Leahy was trying to bust Bubbles and trying to frame him for stealing shopping carts.
Right. I remember
I mean, but he wasn't really stealing them because he was getting them from over the hill.
Right. It just
I mean,
happened he was throwing them over.
No, Corey and Trevor were
That's
throwing
right.
them over. It
That's
was
right.
not
They
Bubbles,
were,
dude. It was
That's
Corey
right.
and
I
Trevor.
remember that now. Your French
So
time
Bubbles
memories.
did nothing wrong, man.
Right.
Corey and Trevor were the punks that were throwing them over the hill. Anyway, so off of that, yeah, so this next year is all about health and wellness, physically bringing ourselves up, and I just really want to come together with the community, man, and bring good vibes.
And other cool
So-
shit.
Huh?
And other cool
And
shit.
other
Other
cool
cool
shit.
shit.
All kinds of other cool shit. So
Lots of other cool
heck
shit.
yeah, man. So is this clock off down there?
No?
We're at 7:19, buddy.
It is off. It's 2 minutes off. See?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Remember, we said that last week.
Yeah, we did.
So-
It was something I already knew. So I was asking an already answered question.
Right.
So yeah, anyway, we're kind of getting back on track here. We are actually next week, we're going to be coming back with getting Cannabinoid Corner started back up with Mr. Matt Cascio,
Oh, yeah.
the
That's,
cannabis nurse.
yep.
I
I'm
mean,
excited for that one. That
Dude,
was a
I
good-
love that guy. He's so full of knowledge. And so we're going to start that back up and be talking about different cannabinoids and their effect they have on our bodies and, you know, all that stuff. And that's when I'm going to want to talk about THCV.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was saying when I was so rudely interrupted by the buzzer.
I'm sure the fans didn't mind.
No, they won.
Especially
some
Ben
alien
Pitzer.
sugar cookies and some slaps. So I know we didn't announce that. Sorry about that. But Ben, you know what you won.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
you're gonna have to come sesh to get it.
yeah, you got to come. You got to come smash some shit.
Right.
So we're gonna have a press off. I'm gonna bring my press and set it right here, and I'm gonna start doing some pressing on the show live.
I can't wait.
So anyway,
Yeah, I like your press.
my press it rocks,
It
dude.
rocks.
It really rocks. But yeah, so I forgot what I was talking
We're
about.
talking about Matt Cassio.
Matt Cassio's going to be here.
Yep.
We're going to do that, Cannabis Corner. We're going to get back next week. We're going to finish talking about Mycos, and we're kind of going to wait till Mr. Wells gets up here because I know he really wants to be on the conversation,
Right.
so he can take it, man.
He's
Go
done
for
a lot.
it, bro.
He's done plenty of
Yeah,
research
you know,
when it
I
comes
mean,
to all that.
But you know, next week we're going to be talking about humic acids. So the Grow Talk's going to pick back up where it left off. However, next week we're supposed to have John Payne on the
That's
show.
right. Supposed
So, and if you don't know who John Payne is the voice for Legal Missouri 2022. Okay, so nobody threw anything. Hey, I'm just bringing him here. I know a lot of people don't really want to talk to him, but you should want to talk to him. And I don't want to slaughterhouse in the comment section. I really want to welcome him on here so he can just put forth what his thing is, and y'all decide what you like. So, yeah, that's hopefully he's going to be here. We had Eric McSwain of
Right.
Fair Access. We want to get the other initiative and get the lowdown on that
Yep.
and see where that's going. So everybody has the inside information they need to make a choice. So anyway, and I mean, here's the thing. Eric, are you watching? People have to have a choice to make a choice. So we need to know where the petition locations are so that we can direct them if they want to sign the fair access petition. We have to know where to send them to.
Right.
Legal Missouri 2022 is all over the place, dude.
All over the place.
So, I mean, you better get some petitions out there and start getting them signed. Let us know. I mean, you'll be able to, if you tell us, we'll tell everybody where they're at. If, you know, Legal Missouri 2022 tells us, we'll tell everybody where they're at. But here's the thing, they're not telling us, and they're all over the place. So they're doing their own legwork, man. You know, so you got to get out there, and people got to know. If people don't know, they can't sign. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, if people don't know and they can't sign, and you've spent all this money to get as far as you have, and you don't follow through with making the petitions available for people, then you've wasted all that money and you've
time
wasted
and
all
effort.
that time and all that effort. So let's get some petitions out there so people can have a choice.
For sure.
You've worked hard. Let's get them out there.
It would be nice to actually have a choice.
Yeah,
That's a very good way to put it, because without the ability to choose one or the other, you only have one. So you know,
Absolutely.
that's important.
Well, and that's just it. It's not even whether I agree with one or the other.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's not whether I agree with one or the other. It's I want people to have a choice.
Right.
You know, even if both choices suck,
Right.
at least they'll have a choice. And I'm not saying both choices suck. I'm just saying that right now, at this point, I haven't found one that I'm ready to support. You know, that's what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that we have options. You know, that there is a potential that there will be options,
Yeah.
even if none of them are, whether you think any of them are any good or not. It's cool that we
Yes.
have more than one option.
And you can always
possibly.
vote no.
Right. You can vote.
Or
no.
you can always write in none of the above,
Right.
like Richard Pryor and Brewster's
Yeah,
Millions.
Brewster's Millions. Oh, that's my
Vote
jam.
none of the above. I like that one the best.
Whoa, none of the above.
Because if you don't vote, okay, you know the old. I'm going to quote Rush. If
Oh,
you
wow.
choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. So if you don't like one specifically, vote no on that sucker.
Right.
I can
Don't
hear the
just not
song.
vote on it. Vote no on it. Cancel another vote out.
Right. If you don't want it to go through, that's the only way you can make sure it doesn't go through, or help make sure it doesn't go through, is vote opposed to it.
And I'm not a voting expert, so
No.
Maybe consult your local voting expert on that. See how that really works, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a voting expert. I grow weed.
Oh, go ahead and turn that off for
And
now.
hang out here
Gabe.
sometimes.
Was the viewer question up?
Yeah.
We don't want that. What are you trying to put up, brother? It is actually time for Ask Top Shelf.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Maybe.
ahead.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Ask Top
We got
Shelf.
Ask Top Shelf coming up. So,
I guess-
hey,
go ahead and
Gabe
bring it
was
up.
getting ahead of us. He didn't wait for us to announce it.
All right, go ahead and bring
Gabe
it up
not
now.
here.
Gabe. Okay, is Super Thrive an appropriate foliar spray or even a food for my plants? This is from Jen Gall.
Jen, what's up, Jen? Hope everything's going good for you.
Yep.
Super Thrive.
Shout out to Nick. While
So,
we're here.
Thrive, yeah.
Super Thrive, to my knowledge, has two different products. They have your plant nutrient, and they have the vitamin supplement.
Okay.
Okay, for years, the Super Thrive vitamin supplement has been a staple in a lot of cannabis growers' gardens. I used it a lot in the past. There is a big in-house debate on whether or not it should be used in an organic grow or not. And I'm talking about the vitamin supplement, right? The
Okay.
little bitty one that's expensive, because you only use like a quarter teaspoon per gallon of water.
Oh, wow.
So it's very concentrated. I like it if you have a plant that's suffering from transplant shock or suffering from some other sort of shock. Then Super Thrive works really, really good to
Okay.
bring that plant out of that shock. It's vitamins, it's hormones, and it's got a lot of good stuff in it that the Super Thrive, that it can give your plant to get it out. If you're a purist, if you're what I call a purist, like an organic living soil purist, then you're not going to want to use Super Thrive. They would all say I'm crazy right now and probably be throwing rocks at me for even saying it. Now, as far as the nutrient goes, the Super Thrive plant food, it is OMRI.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is OMRI.
Okay.
So it's considered to be organic. Again, the purists out there know. Yeah, if you're listening to a purist, there's absolutely no way in hell you should ever use that in your soil. But I've listened to people that are way smarter than the bro scientists out there.
Right.
And
How dare you?
there's absolutely nothing wrong with using something like Super Thrive plant food in your garden or in your soil.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, it's an easy way to get relatively available nutrients into the soil fast.
If you need
And it is OMRI. It will
Right.
not hurt your microbial life. It will not hurt your mycelium web. It will not harm anything in the soil. You would have to feed enough of it to kill the plant before it would harm anything else.
Okay.
And that's not coming from me. That's coming from Professor Bugby.
Bugby.
Professor Bugby.
Y'all know him as the old boring guy from
Is
YouTube.
it Harold Bugby? I can't remember his
can't
first
remember.
name. But the dude he's been a professor of plant science at Berkeley University since the 70s. Okay, the dude knows his shit, and I'm going to listen to him before I'll listen to the bro scientists
Bruce.
out
Right.
there. Bruce.
I'm getting a Bruce
Yep,
from
that's
Sean
it, Bruce.
Blake, I believe.
Bruce Bugby.
Yep.
The guy's he's way smarter than I am when it comes to plant science. So I'm going to take his word because he knows what he's doing, and he says that it won't hurt your soil, and I believe him. And so yeah,
Okay.
and foliar, it's a decent foliar also.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know,
Right.
if you can use it in the soil, generally you can use it as a foliar. You just cut the dosage way back.
Okay.
I usually would start on a foliar spray. I would start with quarter strength. I don't care what the bottle says. Whatever it says to feed the plant, start with a quarter strength foliar. because you'll burn the living crap out of your plants if you just go spraying full strength nutrients on the leaves.
Right. Now, do you have? Is there any certain time of the day you want to do that? Or
Yeah,
is it,
I spray. I'm going to spray my plants. If I'm serious about what I'm doing and they're stressing and they need that on them, I'm going to spray them probably about 15 to 20 minutes before the lights come on.
okay.
And I'm going to make sure there's a lot of fan blowing. And so when the lights come on, they should be fairly dry already.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
And
But
they
yet the
won't
product
suffer.
can still get
Right.
utilized when plant metabolism
When
is
it needs
happening.
it. Right. And it's not sitting on there overnight. So the plant's going to open, the stomas are going to open. It's going to pull in, all its air. It's going to, so
Okay.
yeah.
Pull
So
all that
now,
in. Nice.
but
So, can you
don't do that in bloom. I mean, you do
Right.
it up. If the plants are starting to put on trichomes, just quit spraying it. So 21
Right.
days, just don't spray anything in bloom after 21 days.
Okay.
Because you start risking bud rot,
Right.
fungus on the buds, things like that. So
Okay.
you don't want to do that. But yeah,
Makes
Super
sense.
Thrive is great as a foliar. I would assume, now I'm not experienced with using the Super Thrive nutrients on anything, but I would assume that, it said it's good for a foliar when I looked at it today. And yes, I would assume it probably is. And
So we have a question. Why not let it sit overnight? Like, what would be the harm in doing it right as your lights go off?
oh, nothing. It's just a
It's
preference.
more
I mean,
wasteful than
I think
anything,
that
I would
it's-
think.
Yeah, I think the plant wakes up and it's ready to take in those nutrients through the leaves. And
Okay.
plants are going to, they're going to pull in the nutrients through the leaves probably 30% faster, from my understanding, than it will through the soil. So if you've got a nutrient that's going into the soil, if you have a plant that's stressing, I usually, I'll feed it in the soil, and then I'll give it a foliar also, because the foliar is going to start acting like the next day,
Right. Okay.
the next 2 days.
Like
In
more
the
of a-
soil, it's going to take 3 to 5 days to really
Right, it's
start.
more of
Yeah.
immediate.
So foliars are good that way. Also, if I'm not real worried about, if I don't have a plant that's stressing, that I really want to make sure that everything's right, then go in and spray them right when the lights go off.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes I'll go in and right a little bit before the lights go off, and I'll hit the button. Lights go out. I spray everything. Go home. The only thing I don't like about that is because the lights are going off, and you are, if you're especially in bloom, you are creating an atmosphere for fungi to grow
Right.
on the plants.
Humid, dark.
Now, beneficial fungi on the plants will keep other bad fungi off the plants.
Right.
There are beneficials that you want to spray on the plants to help with that kind of stuff. But generally, I like to spray right before the lights are coming on,
Okay.
because it just eliminates the chance for any mildew to grow on the leaves, powdery mildew, anything like that. So the best time to spray foliar is when the lights are coming on.
Right.
So if that answers the question.
I think that pretty
Awesome.
much covers it.
Okay, cool. So what?
Someone wants to know if RO water is bad for organic soil.
If-
RO and living soil.
Oh,
Okay,
we have
you know
a,
what?
we have a.
I will answer that question as soon as we come back. It is time for us to go to the news.
Yep.
So, Gabe, kick the news
Are
off.
you a Missouri patient looking for other options besides your local dispensary? Have you considered finding a caregiver but found the process to be confusing and hard to navigate? We understand, and that's why we created Farmers Market, Missouri's freelance marketplace for licensed caregivers to conveniently offer their services to Missouri patients. Sign up today at farmersmarket.com.
Weekly Update with Stuart Wells.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Top Shelf Weekly Update. I'm Stuart Wells. Our first story tonight comes to us out of Kentucky, where I'm sorry, okay, never mind. I was going to use a bad word, but I'll just stick with what I wrote here. A Kentucky senator says he knows that his constituents support legalizing medical cannabis, but he won't vote for it because he fears it will lead to the dreaded adult use bills to come forward in the future. The senator, who just happens to own a bourbon distillery, said people can go ahead and try to vote him out if they're upset about his position. Senate Majority Floor Leader Damon Thayer was asked about the issue during a panel discussion with other legislators on 2022 legislative priorities that was hosted by Kentucky Educational Television just yesterday. Prompted with polling that shows the state's voters strongly back medical cannabis, Thayer acknowledged that the policy does not enjoy broad support in Kentucky. He's quoted as saying, "I'm just not for it." The moderator asked him if he is hearing from constituents that they want it to be considered. And he said, "I've been hearing about it for years. I know my constituents are for it, but this is a republic and they elect us to go to Frankfurt, the capital, and make decisions on their behalf. And if they don't like it, then they can take me out in the next election." Those are some bold words from an elected official, I will tell you that much. He did say that there may be votes to advance reform legislation like a medical cannabis from Representative Jason Nemes, that soundly passed the House in 2020 and continues to be workshopped that he also won't be voting for. The senator feels that medical cannabis is a slippery slope for recreational cannabis, all the while, as noted in his biography, holds in his possession not one, but two, quote, 100 proof awards. Have you ever heard of that? Just in case you've not, it is the highest honor that the bourbon industry gives to elected officials who promote and protect Kentucky's home spirit. You can't even buy hypocrisy like that. Or maybe you can. Last month, the governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, said that medical cannabis is the future, and part of that should be letting farmers grow cannabis to sell to other states. He also expressed openness to broader legalization that would allow adults 21 and older to grow and possess cannabis without having a medical reason for it. What a concept. These are the types of conversations being had while Illinois has set a record this past year for sales totaling $1.4 billion. Even more than alcohol, if you can believe it. About $100 million more. Fucking figure it out. That's all I've got to say to that. So, moving on, you guys know I love a good study, right? Well, I came across one that just might interest you. If not, just take a dab or maybe go get a drink if you need one. It seems that more than 1/3 of software programmers say they have used cannabis while working, with many of them finding that it helps promote creativity and get them into the, quote, programming zone. Researchers at the University of Michigan said that anecdotal evidence suggested that those in programming were more likely to use cannabis on the job, so they set out to conduct the first large-scale survey on the topic by asking 803 developers to detail how cannabis comes into play in their work. A main motivation for this study was the fact that drug testing policies remain common in the programming sector, which may be contributing to hiring shortages for certain jobs. It would seem that even the federal contractors are no different. The study authors note, citing comments from former FBI Director James Comey, who said in 2014 that he was interested in loosening employment policies around cannabis because prospective agents, quote, from James Comey, I kid you not, want to smoke weed on the way to the interview. I mean, can you even blame him? and that this prohibition of cannabis use in the software engineering has contributed to a widely reported hiring shortage for certain U.S. government programming jobs. I kid you not. All told, 35% of survey participants said that they have tried cannabis while programming or completing other software engineering related tasks. 73% of that group said that they have consumed cannabis while working in the past year. The study authors wanted to get a better understanding of why programmers chose to consume cannabis also. The study says that overall, they found that programmers were more likely to report enjoyment or programming enhancement motivations than wellness motivations. The most common reasons were to make programming tasks, which must be just boring as all hell, more enjoyable and to think more creatively, and all programming enhancement reasons were selected by at least 30% of respondents. On the other hand, general wellness-related reasons such as pain mitigation as well as relief from anxiety and depression. While there's notable prevalence of cannabis consumption among programmers, even most who don't utilize cannabis are supportive of reform legislation. Yeah, they're probably like, of course we're fine with it. If Jim doesn't have his cannabis when he comes to work, he's having a real bad day. It makes it bad for everybody. So anyway, it's good if the non-cannabis people could go ahead and get on board. So, drug testing has become a hot topic as more jurisdictions legalize. After New York opted to end prohibition this past year, for example, the State Department of Labor announced that most employers are no longer allowed to drug test most workers for cannabis. To speak more locally, as we noted earlier on the Smoke Sesh, the city of Kansas City has also somewhat recently enacted similar policies. Amazon recently went as far as to say that its earlier decision to end drug testing for cannabis will be retroactive, meaning former workers and applicants who were punished for testing positive for THC will have their employment eligibility restored. That's because they really need people. But lawmakers...
And everybody smokes weed.
I mean, no kidding. Yeah, you can't even... We can't run this without you potheads. Anyway... Lawmakers in the Senate and the House have both included language in recent appropriations reports urging a review of employment policies for federal agencies with respect to personal use of cannabis. I think it's unanimous, folks. No more drug testing for cannabis ever, or we just can't work for you. So, last story of the night comes to us from our friends in Colorado. Some good news for the new year. Some convicted Coloradans, I guess is what they're called, may have this new year have resolved to have their low-level cannabis charge removed from their record. If they, or even you, are one of them, then congratulations, you're one of the few to actually follow through with your New Year's resolution. What a coincidence. Here's why. Colorado Governor Jared Polis announced last Thursday that he granted 1,351 pardons for convictions of possession of 2 ounces or less of cannabis. The move focuses on people who are eligible for relief under a new law that increased the legal cannabis possession limit for adults in the state, which Polis signed in May. At the time, he directed state law enforcement to identify people with prior convictions for amounts under the new 2-ounce limit. In a press release, Polis is quoted as saying, "Adults can legally possess marijuana in Colorado just as they can beer or wine. It is unfair that 1,351 additional Coloradans had permanent blemishes on their record that interfered with their employment, credit, and gun ownership. But today, we have fixed that by pardoning their possessions of small amounts of marijuana that occurred during the failed prohibition era." Thank you very much for that, Governor. Polis previewed the coming cannabis plan last Wednesday, saying that it was in its final stages of being completed and it would be announced in the next few days. Meanwhile, a separate Colorado law that impacts the state's medical cannabis program took effect on January 1st. For your information. Now, patients are only allowed to purchase 8 grams of concentrates per day, whereas before they were allowed 40 grams.
Boo.
I mean, you know, I do hope that they can get by on those 8 grams. Also, now dispensaries will be required to provide educational materials to patients, including wonderful, I'm sure, pamphlets to provide guidance and warnings about the use of cannabis concentrates. And I am sure they will be put to good use, like to build a fire in like a homeless camp or something like that. So, anyway, that's all for me, everybody. Oh, and we're back.
Welcome back, Dabbin.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You leave it a lot because we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Anyway, so cool. I am dabbing in. I do not have a name, but I'm going to call this Island Breeze.
Island Breeze.
Because of its source. I'm going to call it Island Breeze.
Okay. Island Breeze.
Yes, sir. So,
And this is the critical purple kush that I just got from some good friends.
but yeah, I mean, this came to me from someone. Smoya business.
Know your business.
It was, yes, and I'm calling it Island Breeze. And
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you what, dude, that smells piney. It tastes piney.
Nice.
It's like I got a pine tree incense right here, you know.
Nice. Oh,
Man, that is smooth.
pine tree incense.
All you need is an old
You know,
Cadillac and a
here's the thing,
change steering
man.
wheel.
I really love your everyday, average, normal person who's got their whose game is on point with concentrates, man.
Right. I'm still stuck on the. I am. Wow, that dab did me. Now I don't even remember what I was stuck on.
Were you going to say a variety?
No,
Oh.
the incense, not the incense, but the.
Oh, the pine incense?
Yes, the pine incense. Because like they had for Christmas. You know, Christmas time they give you, if you had a fake tree, you can get those little sticks that smelled like pine.
Yeah.
But they were like really strong.
Oh, yeah.
So that's some good stuff, man.
Oh, shit.
Yabba
Mine
dabba
too.
do.
Oh man.
Oh boy. So right on, man.
Oh, we
Right
got
on.
we got the guesses coming in,
But
but
the guesses coming in.
you guys might as well pack it up.
You ain't gonna get this one.
We
Right.
got you.
Yeah, we're gonna have
None
to.
of them,
We're
yeah.
gonna have
We
to
got
hint
you.
it to you. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
get all kinds of
Yep.
hints. You might get it before the end of the show, but
Right.
we're gonna move on. You know, it's if you don't know, it's what's changed. So something has changed.
Yep.
You
Nope,
know,
not yet.
something's changed.
I mean, it has changed, yes,
Yes.
but I'm looking at the I'm looking at the
My
No,
pants.
but you're warm. Anyway.
Oh,
so
there's your first
what?
hand.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
what?
man,
I don't know.
Did I
You
say
know?
that? So anyway, so we were talking, and
Oh, I see someone.
What? No. No.
Nope.
That's-
Nope. I had a microphone before.
Ooh.
I always have a microphone. Sometimes I drop it. I go like
That was funny though.
clink. So, but man, you were saying something over there, and I was going to comment.
I
on
know.
it
You
over
I
here.
you had one
On the
too, and I
news?
forgot
And
to.
and now I don't remember what.
Reread your news.
Well,
Go back over that again, man.
what about the Kentucky bourbon guy who doesn't want the senator who owns
No, I
a
don't
bourbon
give a shit
distillery?
about
Okay.
Anyway, so
We had Colorado expungements for 2
No,
ounces
no,
or less.
It had something to do with growing. Maybe not. See, my mind was probably off in some other la-la land, and you were saying that, and my mind was thinking something else, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about that when we get back,
Damn it.
and it just
Yeah.
went boom.
Lost
Dude,
it.
would you,
Hate
you
that.
just write something down?
Oh, yeah, I did. I wrote it down.
Yay!
Okay.
One
so
of us remembered to
you
write
made
something down.
Okay, when you were talking about the daily limits being changed from 40 to how much?
To 8.
8. Okay.
8 grams of concentrates.
Okay, so they act like someone's gonna like go to the dispensary and buy dab or bud and turn around and sell it on the black market, right? Could you imagine how much it
If
would
you
cost?
had to go buy that
oh my
much.
God! If you had
Right?
to go buy that and then turn around and
I mean,
sell it on the black market, could you imagine?
And that's for
Oh, man.
medical
You're paying
too.
$70 a gram.
Right,
Wow.
right. And that's for well, I don't know what medical's a little cheaper down there, but they don't fuck around with medical because like they're serious with like you go to the door as a adult use, as I saw somebody said, be like, yeah, I'm here to get some weed or whatever. Then it's a medical place and not a rec place. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Right.
they're not even. They don't even have time for that. But what a crazy though. 40 grams though a day. What are you doing with 40 grams a day, V?
Well, I mean, if you're selling,
Is it none of my
your
business,
markups
probably,
could be,
but,
like,
you know.
ridiculous, man.
Right.
So anyway, I don't know. That's all. I was just thinking about what the markup, like in our current markup, what the markup was like. Where'd my?
I think
Did
it
it disappear on you?
Yeah. there-
I think rec wax down there is like 25 a gram or whatever. So I don't know. If you're taking it out of state or something, you could probably make some money. Anyway,
Not that
you guys, we're not having that
we're
conversation.
suggesting anybody to take
Right.
anything
I'm
out
just
of
saying
state.
that may be what they were concerned. It was a concern.
Right.
That's all.
So yeah. So okay. So we had a question before we went to the news, and this is a question that's been asked a lot.
And we actually
it's-
have it in a video
It's
too.
up for debate. What the question as
Yeah.
far as the RO water?
Yeah, we have it in one of your growing dank videos. You
Okay, I do talk about growing in one of my videos. If you go on YouTube, you can see them. Is RO water good for living soil? And that is, it's not a yes or no question, okay? Here's the thing. If you're using RO water and you're in living soil and you're managing that living soil correctly, and which means you're not getting water runoff in the bottom of your containers. You're watering just enough to keep your soil moist and huh?
Jolly
Oh
Jolly
my
Green
God!
Yes. Yep. So I don't have my wedding ring on. That's
Holy
nothing bad.
shit.
I
Put it back on now.
I'm
Put it
going
back
to.
on.
Yeah,
Put it
yeah,
back
yeah.
on.
Get it back on.
Jolly
I
Green
go.
got it.
Damn.
Pull my mic off.
See what
Hey,
happens when
it's
you go
bad
taking
juju.
your ring off, dude.
That's unbelievable.
Anyway, so cool.
Right.
Right on. Good. Good job.
Oh, look,
Congratulations.
look.
What?
Him and his wife, they must have both figured it out at the same time and had to try to beat each other, but sorry, Alicia, too late.
Okay, so now if you're like on a drip system, like on the Blue Mat drip system, if you're using Blue Mat or if you're using some other drip system and you're watering your plants correctly and you're not getting runoff, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with using RO water. Okay, now if you're running your plants to runoff where you get a lot of water down in the tray, and then it sucks it back up or anything like that, then what you're doing is you're losing mineral content most of all out of your water, because RO water is like a sponge and it sucks those minerals and those nitrates up and it takes them right down into the tray. Okay, and then they settle in the bottom of the tray and they're not available to your plants. So in that sense, no, you shouldn't use RO water. But if you are using RO water, if you've got the time and you want to mess with it, if you use RO water, you're watering where you have runoff, then you need to be adding CalMag back to your water, and you bring it up to about 250 ppm with CalMag, and that will put the stuff back in the water that you need for your plants. So if you're going to put the CalMag in there, use RO water. It's your best bet for
Right.
clean water. Me, I use, I've got one setup where I do have RO water plugged into it because that's what's available, and I try like hell not to have any runoff. Doesn't always work out for me, but I really try. My other grow area has filtered water.
Right. Filtered water, depending
Right.
on where you're at, is probably a good
Right.
idea, no matter
Right.
almost no matter where you're
And
at.
my personal grow, not my patient's grow, my personal grow has, I just use a tall boy with a sediment and a carbon filter.
Okay.
And it cleans all the crap out of it. And I don't mess with pH.
Right. I don't either.
I just don't bother with it because, after the water is pretty much set out for 24 hours or whatever, usually it's within range where it's enough in range where it doesn't have to be messed with.
Again,
But
I love independence.
back to answer the question, no, RO water is not bad for your living soil unless you're just watering it and letting it, getting a lot of runoff. And then, yes, you're going to have problems. I don't recommend RO water. I would recommend more of a filtered water, just a two-stage tall boy, like a hydrologic two-stage filter to get the sediment and the chlorines out.
So just in like a drip system, it should be all right then. That you're not getting any runoff.
Yeah,
Well,
I use RO water with blue.
I mean, really, unless you have to, just don't go buy it thinking you're
Yeah.
going to improve the shit out of your
Right.
grow.
If you're in
Yeah.
Independence or
Well, just
other
go buy it.
cities, like, and even I know up here it's not even that, but the water's not too bad up here either, is it?
Yeah, just go get a sediment filter. A
Right.
sediment filter will be just
Yeah.
fine. You don't need an RO filter.
What about for
Right.
a tea? I mean, when you're putting all that into RO, what happens then? Is it pretty much like
If you're putting in your magnesium and your calcium and all the minerals
And you're good
that
to
you're
go.
not getting, then yeah, I mean, use it in a tea. RO water's great in a tea.
that's what I
I
was thinking.
prefer RO water in a tea, and if you have bad water, RO water is better than not water. Rainwater works really good too, Michael. If everybody could save rainwater and use it, that's great.
So is it illegal anywhere around here that you know of? I know Independence you can catch rainwater, but is there any areas
I
that
don't
you
know.
I
can't?
don't give a damn.
I don't know.
'Cause I know that
Come-
every time I see
come
stuff
and
on
take
it,
it.
it's all make sure it's legal
No.
where you're at, and I'm like, is there any place it is illegal?
I think that rainwater is illegal in areas that have a lot of drought issues.
Okay.
Collecting rainwater because if everybody's collecting rainwater, it keeps the rainwater from going into the reservoirs and
Right.
filling up the reservoirs. So that's where you have your bans against rainwater. But I really don't know enough
Right.
about that because it doesn't
See,
affect me.
You'd think I know that, but I grew up in the desert, but I grew up way out in the nowhere desert, so no one
Right.
cared what you did out there.
Right. Wow, we're running good and behind. So
Wow.
But yeah, so anyway, we didn't even really get to talk about Mycos again, but I mean, let's talk about it for a minute, and then we'll go to the Wheel of Dank and do all that stuff. So we're going to run a little bit over here. But I mean, do you have something left you want to talk about Mycos, the mycelium web? We were talking about it today about, we've already kind of talked about what it does, what it's for, how it forms. It actually grows into the root system and becomes one with the root, forms a symbiotic relationship. It brings carbon-based products to the, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, micronutrients, macronutrients to the plant and trades it for sugars.
So yeah, I mean, we gave the basics that
Right.
it's definitely your friend. Is it absolutely necessary in a home grow is a pretty good question. So to understand what the whole reason for it why is it necessary? Well, it helps you. So like, for instance, a plant in drought conditions will so a plant exudes things from the roots that, attract microbes, and so microbes will come and live there and harmonize, and everybody's doing great and everything. So if you're say you're experiencing like a drought condition where your microbial life is going to suffer, actually the root exudates in the plant will change in order they will become capable of propagation of mycorrhizal spores. And then what that does is, it propagates and grows, the mycorrhiza grows larger, and it is able to go seek out water and nutrients and bring them back to the plant. And that is the symbiosis
Right.
for in like the endomycorrhiza those are the ones that actually penetrate the roots and in the structure, and then that's how their symbiotic relationship is formed. And then the ectomycorrhiza, which is much less common, it does, that there is symbiosis, right? It's not for cannabis, it's for trees and stuff. But
in a nutshell, though, the mycos basically makes nutrients available to the plant that the plant couldn't otherwise get a hold of, because their root system doesn't venture into the areas where those particular nutrients are at, specifically phosphorus and
an immobile nutrient. That's a good term.
Phosphorus is an immobile nutrient that doesn't travel through the soil, and so any type of nutrient like that, the mycorrhizae, the mycos,
Mike, our buddy Mike.
So yeah,
You know what?
He hooks you up.
mycos,
The nutshell thing is still going on.
the microbial web, the mycos.
Yes.
Anyway,
The mycorrhizal hyphae.
What we're talking about, that thing.
When you want to use it, if you're wanting to use it in your garden,
Right.
what would you say for a beginner that's never touched it before? What would you say how to introduce it into your garden?
Get a good quality first.
We'll do it early. Also, it
yeah.
takes 3 weeks or so for the mycorrhizal hyphae to, to establish.
Okay.
And
so like, how do you go? What do you do? Like, walk us through a quick. How do you top dress with it?
You do it on. It has to touch the surface of the roots
Right.
one way
comes
or
in
another.
contact
Okay.
with the roots.
So,
up-potting?
When you up pot, you sprinkle it some in.
Even in a
get,
seedling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I have a water soluble mycos that I use.
Okay.
And when I transplant, or whether it's a seedling, no matter what it is, I water it in right around the base of the plant so that I give it a good amount so that it gets right down in there into the main structure of the root system,
Okay.
and it goes out from there. That's what I do.
So
and
you
then
can
when
get a water soluble one.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
And then when you up pot, if you want, you can get the Extreme Gardens mycos is a good one.
Right.
There are other brands out there that are just as good or better. So I might even throw some up on the page.
Okay.
So again, in a nutshell, it helps make available nutrients in areas of your potting soil that otherwise the plant wouldn't have access to. The mycorrhiza fungi will bring it to the root system. So, and next week we're going to talk about humic acids, because that's another thing that you don't need, but they're a great benefit. Now, I've seen a lot of people with the mycos, though, they don't notice any difference in their plants growing with the mycos or without the mycos. But, if you're specifically for sure in a living soil bed and you're a no-till situation, I would definitely cater to a good mycos web. And, even in the pots, I do it.
Okay.
Is it better? Is it not? It's been so long since I've paid attention that I couldn't tell you right now that it's better or it's not, because I just use it, because obviously at the time I started using it, I saw a great improvement in my grow.
Okay.
And then next week, humic acids, we're going to talk about that, because it's another very important additive to go into your soil to help make certain nutrients available that aren't otherwise available, and it also forms somewhat of a symbiotic relationship with your plant. And so we're gonna go into that next week. So
I'm excited to learn.
we also have another seed giveaway.
Another seed giveaway.
So
Wheel of Dank.
Wheel of Dank. So
Yep.
we're gonna go to the Wheel of Dank right now, and then we got some other stuff.
Yep. We got it on the white wheel, right?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and spin the wheel.
that wheel. Dun, 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 dun.
Who do we got? Tyler Dillon.
Tyler Dillon. Hey, Tyler. You got
Tyler
some
Dillon.
alien sugar cookies?
Congrats,
Some
buddy.
slaps. That's
All right.
awesome. So, anyway.
So now we have
our top fan
So go ahead and
giveaway.
go to top fan video number 1, Gabe. Go up to the top menu. Yeah, there we go. Top video number 1.
Top fan video.
So here's the
All
whole
right.
giveaway.
This is what we're getting ready to spin the wheel for. Every month we put together a package for our top fan.
Yep.
And this is this month's.
So there it is.
So this is a package, I would say, worth about $400.
Yep.
So, and that's a really
This is a
kick-ass
badass rig, straight
Okay,
up.
very cool.
If you go back
So-
to our smoke sesh, 2 weeks ago?
Yep. Nick was showing
you
that
can
off.
See
so-
one in
using it.
action.
Man, that was putting out some clouds too.
But we're gonna dab out and let's go to the wheel for
that's
this
crazy
right
magnetic.
here, top fan
Yeah.
giveaway, and spin
Wow.
that wheel, Gabriel.
All right.
Our top fan giveaway. Who is
Akala Marta?
Akala?
Akala Mitra.
Akala Mitra.
Akala.
Okay.
What's up,
My
brother?
man, what's up? Is he on here? Are you on today, Akala? You won our top fan giveaway, brother. That's cool.
Man,
He's not on,
congrats,
No,
buddy.
he's been hanging out over there on for not for sale or trade
yeah.
with the boys over
Oh,
there
yeah?
every Monday.
Nice.
Heck
No,
yeah, that's
that's
great.
right.
Are you a Missouri patient?
Oh,
So
sorry
another
about
trivia
that.
question.
No, it wouldn't go back, so I
Yep.
What is
We're,
the name
We
of
had a little
Bubbles?
technical
Oh,
difficulty.
Little technical difficulties. So, all right, Akala, hit us up, brother.
this shit's technically difficult.
This is your package. You're gonna love it, man. Way to start off the new year.
Right?
Congratulations.
No shit. Did you
So,
resolve to win the top fan giveaway? Because if so, you're doing it too, buddy.
You
Good
did
job.
it, brother. So, everybody, you guys have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Tuesday at noon.
Tuesday
at
day.
noon.
Yeah,
We
we'll
might
be
even
here.
see you one or two times in between now. So,
Who
but
knows?
yeah. So
Scorpion,
Cool
yes.
night. Hanging out. Scorpion. You got it, Jolly.
Oh, man.
You got it.
Ah, Scorpion.
Good job.
That's Bubbles.
Yep.
Alter
Bubbles.
ego. So anyway, peace out, everybody. Stay lifted.
Do it.
Later.
Are you a Missouri patient looking for other options besides your local dispensary? Have you considered finding a caregiver but found the process to be confusing and hard to navigate? We understand, and that's why we created Farmers Market, Missouri's freelance marketplace for licensed caregivers to conveniently offer their services to Missouri patients. Sign up today at farmersmarket.com.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients First is our guiding mantra and will continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. Now open in Kearney and Blue Springs. Coming soon to Lake Lotawana and Excelsior Springs. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.